Live.
Live and direct, my boy.
Yes. What do you sound? You sound crisp. You're gonna be live the whole.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, you're on TikTok?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, cause remember I was telling you the other day that first of all, dog, let me just say, fucking amazing job on your studio right here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mad
Like
props, bro. Yeah, hell yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
This is my type of vibe, you know.
Yes,
The
sir.
couch chilling. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is dope, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I still plan to record in the restaurant
Yeah,
because
most
I love those backgrounds.
the mural,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
paintings are.
Um.
It makes the vibe to too, you know.
Yeah. 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 And the reason for this one is kind of like maybe kind of more like a intimate kind of like
Yeah, it's
studio where like
even through the camera it transmits as a like chill podcast
right.
where they talk about some cool and dope stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And so what's new? A lot of people might see the episodes on YouTube, but let's be honest with the with the listeners. This is pretty much our first one
Yeah, no lie.
since December, I think. No,
October,
October, right?
October. So, we haven't. I mean, we work together, so we see each other all the time. But we really haven't recorded one on one since October.
Since October.
But
Yeah.
a lot of things have happened since then. You know, I'm diabetic.
Oh shit, huh? That's
I, it still doesn't stop me, bro. I told my girl, I'm in that mindset where, yeah, they told me, but I'm not going to let it get to me. But it is something serious that my health, like I was telling you the other day, like here and there out of nowhere, I just get dizzy, bro. And if it feels like the floor is moving from under me, and I just feel like I'm just going to just,
yeah. It's kind of like a scary feeling though, right?
hell yeah. After they told me, I mean, como te digo, I didn't really. It still hasn't sat in my mind, and I don't want it to because I know that if you exercise and you eat right and you cut a lot of sugars off,
Yeah.
you can pretty much eliminate it or whatever, control it. Because it is scary, bro. We do have that in our family, like diabetes. My uncle Luis, rest in peace,
Yeah.
had his leg amputated. Um, my dad from alcohol. My brother is on dialysis, so I take it serious, you know. Pero
Yeah.
tampoco I let it get to me. But that was one of the reasons why maybe I just kind of took a little bit of time to fucking reset my mind and body again. And what was up with you though?
Well, I guess in between, I guess since the last pot that we had, well, I started working on this.
Yeah.
I seen that we were both kind of like in between or in the middle of a break or some shit. Like,
It was
yeah,
weird,
it was
huh?
kind of weird.
'Cause
Yeah,
like as much as we wanted to record, like I felt like for one reason or another,
it just wasn't happening.
I mean, but we're here though,
That's all that matters.
and we didn't let it die out. Like it's weird because it's one of those things that in the back of your mind, like even though you don't do it often, you know that at one point it's just gonna kick off.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
No,
feel
and
that, like if it's or I feel like that, you know.
yeah. No, and I feel like it's also kind of like gaining a little bit of momentum.
Yeah,
I
hell
mean, this on the studio. This is my first time sitting on this couch.
yeah. Me too. Let
Oh
me
yeah,
get
because
comfortable.
well, let's let the people know that there's two other
Yeah.
shows that are being
Yes, sir.
recorded in the
Shout
same.
out to I really don't know the homies, but By seeing their videos and watching their show, it seems like I know them, but you
Yeah.
know, I can't wait to meet Inner Circle,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Inner Circle Pod, and La Sesión.
La Sesiona is
These
the youngsters.
youngsters, you
Yeah.
know, that's pretty. I was here last week. I was a guest on their show,
Yeah.
and they treated me right, dog.
Yeah.
They didn't get on me like, but absolutely, bro. You're doing an amazing work, dog. Like,
Yeah, so I kind of feeling like we're getting momentum.
mhm.
You know, like all the only thing that was needed was just me and you to get behind the mics. You
Yeah,
know?
but see, like, regardless, you were still putting in that work
Yeah.
for on your behalf to do what you like. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like, you were still getting it done,
Yeah.
and that's what matters at the end of the day, to be honest. But there has been a lot of going on. All these rumors of fucking the homie with the cartel. A lot has happened, bro. The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I know your Philly Eagles won.
Fuck
Weren't you a Philly fan at one point?
Fuck no. Nah, I've been
No?
a Cowboy fan.
Sixers? No, nothing with Philly.
Nah,
Damn, I want to say I want.
just blunts.
Probably that's what it was.
And then I got a brother. They call him Philly.
Philly.
Yeah.
Nah, but shout out to Philadelphia, man. They pulled it off, bro. I didn't know that the number 33 that got the interception was a rookie.
To be honest, I didn't watch not a second.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought
I-
you would have watched it.
Llegué bien cansado. I tried to turn on the TV. By the time everything started, I was dozing off.
Yeah, I bet though.
Um,
But it was a good Super Bowl. And
What else
shout out to
happened?
that safety.
after the Super Bowl, because I mean, we're talking about enero. I mean,
That was
Thanksgiving passed.
Thanksgiving past.
Christmas passed.
Okay, so let's
New Year's.
rewind.
So there's a lot of things that happen.
So okay, let's go back to October. We had my son's birthday at this pretty dope. So this is October. My son turned 3 years old. We had his little birthday party at what's it called? It's over there by the 605. It's this El Dorado Park. It was a Cars themed little birthday party. The dude was fucking happy, bro. I was happy to see him happy. So that happened in October. And then
What happened in November? Thanksgiving. What did you do for Thanksgiving? We kind of have to.
Oh, actually, we went. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, we
it's
kinda have
actually
to,
good
like-
though, cause you work your
Yeah.
mind. We actually went to my girl's family's house in Miraloma. And
Turkey or something else.
Actually, yeah, turkey, bro, and it
Yeah.
was pretty fire. My
Yeah.
girl seasoned it well, and it wasn't dry at all.
Yeah, I think the biggest complaint for Thanksgiving is always the dry turkey.
Yeah, bro. And I'm not. Again, I wasn't much on that healthy tip before my fucking diagnosis.
Yeah.
But now turkey is something that I often eat and shit.
Well,
But
it
before
has
that,
to be like one of the first choices,
yeah. So instead of jamon,
huh?
we use
So that
jamon
was
de turkey.
Thanksgiving and then Christmas. What'd you
What
do for
about your
Christmas?
Thanksgiving? What did you do?
I went with the suegra, my suegros pues.
Yeah.
Had some food over there, and then I came home. And
Oh,
then my wife made she got a recipe from my mom. My mom's stuffing,
Órale.
and my wife's been cooking that for the past, I think, 3 or 4 Thanksgivings.
So she stole the recipe.
It was given to her.
Oh, it was passed down. That was
It was passed down. Yeah.
All right, we'll take that.
Yeah. So that was my Thanksgiving. So fast forward to Christmas. Christmas was my birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Thank you for the gifts.
Happy birthday to
Um,
the boy.
So yeah, pretty much just spend it with family, open up some gifts. I didn't go anywhere to be honest. I just kicked it at the house. My wife and my son spent it at the suegros, and then they by midnight they were here to give me the hug. And
But I don't know what it is, bro. O no sé si soy yo, güey, pero ¿qué está pasando con Navidad? O
it's kind of
sea,
like
like the
getting
December days. No sé si
era
se
un desmadre
quedaron.
antes, huh?
Yeah, bro. I mean,
I remember at your pad over there, right there
back
on
in
Fairmont.
the day, back in
Oh
the day,
fuck!
bro. My mom's house was
I used to fucking pass
una
out
chulada
before
right there,
fucking
bro.
midnight.
Man, I wouldn't even look forward to. I mean, obviously, as a kid, who doesn't want to open gifts? But I look forward to having the whole family over, and my hip always got down with some barbecue ribs and some fucking rice, some the Hawaiian bread.
Yeah.
Gee. I mean, those I I I love those days. I always try to take my mind to those days whenever I'm feeling blue and shit.
Yeah. And for New Year's, what you do for New Year's?
New Year's.
Oh,
Actually,
you told me you were at
nothing,
home,
bro.
huh?
I was home, bro.
Yeah,
I was
same
home,
here.
especially. I mean, since I kicked to the can my fucking my little issue. I haven't drank. I haven't gotten high. I've been on a sober tip, so like I try to stay. I try to stay away from like. Not necessarily stay away, but like it is kind of a like when people are drinking around me, who doesn't want to drink and have some fun. But since it's an issue for me, I try to not go to situations where I'm gonna be like in a pickle and shit. So even at my jefas, people like drinking. I for now, it's just for now. Like once I'm really 100% healed, then I don't mind being around my drunk primos and tios. You get me? Like,
Yeah.
but since it's a problem for me, like I rather just keep my distance for now. And we were just home, bro. We actually my girl was pretty sick. I had to take her to the hospital like twice because she had that A1 influenza or something like that.
Yeah.
My little girl got it. My son got it. I'm not sure if I got it, but I did feel a little sick. But you know, we just chilled at home, bro.
Yeah.
But it was still a beautiful incoming year. Just being with even though we were sick at home, it was just like being sober, being with my family, being at home. I feel like I can't ask for more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was sober as well too. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
Bro.
But I was coming off a relapse, so I was kind of like in that's kind of like that.
But your relapse was November.
Well, my last drink was September, like the beginning of September, like a week or like because with the first podcast we recorded was September 11. Remember we talked about it?
September 11, yeah.
So I was already like actually no, I was a month so no, I was 3 weeks sober.
Day, that's 3 weeks, man.
At the time at September 11th.
3 weeks.
So
One day is a.
yeah, I'm still on the sober train. So I'm going on 7-8 months already.
Congratulations, big dog.
Cold turkey, but it's
If you got the mind for it, I think that's probably the best way in my suggestion, because that way you're just like. I mean, because we've always talked about getting to that point where you're like, I'm done with this shit.
yeah.
And the only I think the only way, I mean, yeah, I did it too, but I still fucked up after so I was sober. I was sober January, and then May I relapsed. But then, like, I don't know. At that point I was like, I'm done. Cold turkey, that shit.
But you didn't binge, no, huh? You kind of just
Not that time,
yeah,
because I was really done, bro.
Yeah.
But it was just so hard.
kind of like a taster before I
Yeah.
quit.
Hey, no lie. That's what I mean. That it's kind of like you either give it up or
I'm not gonna do it. I'm
What
just
the
gonna
fuck?
smell it.
some, Nada más la olí, pero
Yeah,
no,
that-
I didn't inhale.
But yeah. So at the time, I was kind of like fresh, still kind of like I was still doubting myself on a daily basis. That it was gonna be like maybe that day I was gonna fall. That day I was gonna fall. Even though I try to change my, that my state of mind to a different thought to try to avoid it. At the time, it was still, a little hard for
As
me.
you can see, we both fucking shake our legs when we're
When we
talking
talk
about
about
this shit. Because
yeah,
it's a I don't think it's a like a ending. It's just progress.
yeah,
And
uh, I don't think I don't think people I don't think we come across like we're oh shit this was talk about like they're all fucking like deep in a hole or they hit rock bottom, but people don't know, you know. I mean, obviously we try to project positivity. Stop checking yourself on
it's
the
because I'm
camera.
tripping. Fool.
dog.
Nah. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, in my situation, I feel like I was a closet user where like if you didn't know me very well, you wouldn't think I'd fuck some shit up.
Yeah,
But I think that's probably the worst one
yeah,
because you don't allow others to really see the until they really see it in you,
and then
like your
it's
face is all fucked
yeah.
up.
Then you're sometimes it's a little too late.
So, I mean, obviously my whole family fine. I mean, they've been knowing, but nothing that I'm proud of. But it was kind of in some way it healed me a little bit because I was being raw, I was being real of what I was going through. So by them seeing me like in just down, it kind of made me feel like okay, they see me that I'm fucking up. I hope they reach out.
Yeah,
But then you're like, all right, waiting, nobody comes. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was going through like when I was, like that, going through it really bad. There were points that all I wanted was like a hug.
yeah, and it just takes that one motherfucker to understand, to really understand, like, and I mean, I don't know, but we are, I always you always feel that God presence when we come together, bro. Like I feel like we came together for a reason, and like it I couldn't ask for any better healing than finding. It's kind of like mirroring like myself,
Yeah,
So like that's how I see it. Like
right,
I'm this was my mirror.
right. Yeah, I get you.
You get me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I want to make I don't want to make any mistakes that's gonna make
a
my
reflection do the
yeah
same.
yeah. So it's a I can't even explain it. Way like I get stuck, but I could only think that it's a beautiful energy trying to heal us that wants us to see the light. You get me?
and and that's also a reason that we're doing what we're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
Like we started the podcast because we needed to say something.
On my way here to your studio, I was listening to sorry I don't remember your name, bro, but the guy from Hoodstocks, the Hoodstocks podcast, and he was
Yeah,
talking about how he created his channel to give a voice to the young generation. Like if you know how I always say, like, what advice you would give yourself to your 17-year-old self.
yeah,
Well, he's pretty much doing that with his podcast, like where
yeah,
he's giving a voice to the fools because they're all motherfuckers that want to express how they feel, want to show you, like a lot of people judge people, but once you hear somebody out, like you know, it, it's a different view,
yeah.
some awareness too,
Yeah, I mean that was the intention since day one. Obviously, we don't want to just keep one subject
Yeah, for
but
sure.
we're always gonna touch it.
Yeah,
It's a
because
subject of conversation
And
for
like I was
every
telling you
podcast.
earlier, bro, like my girl, like I was already like, man, I think I'm gonna reschedule with your team because by the time we leave here, and then by the time I was getting lazy, and then she's like, what the fuck? Like if that helps you, fucking let's leave already. So we left my suegro's house. Like my girl's encouraging me to do this too, you
Yeah.
know, and because she sees the forward progress that you and I are like trying to move towards, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, bro, for my girl to like to believe in like this here, this is
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
It actually pushes me because te digo, güey, I didn't want to like come here late and but my girl was like, nah, fuck that, like go if it helps you, go, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
you're right.
Nah, to me, the later the better, because I think it's kind of like more peaceful.
Yeah, yeah, you're right though.
You know, because sometimes when you come in early, or coming in early, that means because you have something to do after this. So kind of like you kind of in a rush.
Kind
you
of
know?
rushed. Nah, I mean, as long as you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. You know?
I'm good, man. You
So
know, that's what the studio was. You know, you will build it
yeah,
and they will come. You know,
let's
That's-
bring up the day that we fucking first started, bro.
You
5 in
know?
the morning.
oh yeah.
We were
You know who
running
said that? You
around.
know who said that? Build it and they will come. Al Bundy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no shit.
yeah. One of the episodes.
Hey, he's right. Uh, let's touch. I mean, bro, let's. If you go back to the beginnings, the very first day.
Some days, because there is footage.
No, but I'm saying like the very first day that we went to the Goodwill in Downey, and we bought those. If you see them on the early episodes, it's the brown couches.
We never used them though.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah,
we
it's
used
on
them.
the actual.
Yeah,
pictures,
if you guys go to some of the other podcast episodes, you'll see two.
brown couches.
Yeah, we missioned it to two different Goodwills. We fucking got the couches. We loaded them up. We got to the restaurant. We unloaded. We set up. I didn't know what the fuck we were doing, bro. All I knew is like I wanna, you know, this sounds legit, and it sounds like it got some spirit in it that we can, uh, you know,
No, and like I said, we have footage of the first episode.
of like us doing all that stuff.
Not the whole setup and all that. Well, there's footage of the setup, but there's footage of the actual first podcast.
We put the LEDs into the sofa.
Yeah.
It was legit,
But it
bro.
looked like shit though.
I mean,
We didn't have any lights.
to me, it was legit. I didn't.
Oh yeah, it was,
I don't really. You have that experience of being in the studio and like seeing the lights and all that.
right.
To me, it was like, fuck,
Eventually
dog, this is a
someday-
sick ass podcast.
Someday
setup.
we'll probably release some of that
Hey, let's do
old
it, bro.
footage.
Hell yeah.
But
That's the struggle. That's
that's
beauty.
the progress that I wanted to show on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since the beginning, it was your camera. You had two cameras. Those are the ones we were using.
Yeah, that.
You know, we didn't have any lights. We just pretty much had LEDs underneath the chairs, and then we picked up a light from your mom's house and we
Yeah.
kinda set it up there.
Yeah.
And you know, it's been like a year
Little
since,
by little.
or more than a year, right? Since the first episode.
Yeah, because I think when we
Yeah, because
It
I
was
have
like-
7 months sober, so that means
it was way before
it's
that.
been almost 2 years then.
No,
Yeah, because I was fresh.
this had to be early
I wasn't even
last
working.
year,
fool.
no?
I wasn't even working with her.
Oh, so you know, hey,
So it's
Just,
it's been a struggle for us too, you know, to
to-
got into it. Even if, I mean, it looks okay. There's still a lot more room for improvement.
I mean, that's anywhere, dog, and that's the mindset that keeps you progressing. Because like, you're not satisfied where you're at right now.
Oh nah, we're gonna get better.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but
And-
you
and-
have the idea, you have the concept,
Yeah,
and that's
and we, you know, like going back on the studio itself, and there's 2 other shows that shoot here, you know,
yeah.
and I want to have like obviously their own setup for every individual show.
Absolutely.
So like that, it doesn't look like everybody's working under the same roof, you know.
Yeah. Hey,
You know.
it. You know what? At the end of the day, bro, like everybody's a different identity. It's just everybody's bringing a different topic to the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you gotta like
But that's like that's I guess that's my head working.
we started talking of like, hey, we're gonna open Wednesdays. The talk was there about like, hey, let's open Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to Wednesdays.
October.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How do you what's your confidence level now than back
Oh shit. Yeah. Nah, at the beginning everything was. I mean, like I said, I the way I learn
then? Yeah.
is by watching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously, if I have to ask a question, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like a sponge. Um, so I just kept watching. All right, does this, does that, does this, the timing, this that. Ask. To me, it was the salt.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I over salt the meat, it's not like we can
Yeah.
unsalt it. We can always add more, but we can unsalt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was kind of scary for me. Obviously, you never want to, give out raw meat or anything. So that's also in the back of your mind. But as long as, like I said, like if it takes you 5 hours to cook, it takes you 5 hours.
Yeah, and you're really good about your timing, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't even hesitate, because I know that you're on point with your shit. Like, so growing up, you want to say that you grew up like obviously cooking for yourself. So
Yeah.
you were always near the stove in the kitchen, trying to make you some.
Yeah,
Some
we
good
grew up
food.
very independent. I mean, I did have a mom and a dad till I was 12, and then they separated. But even when my dad was around, like my brother would make his own breakfast. I'll make my brother used to eat 12 a stack of 12 pancakes,
Damn, Philly.
like 8 eggs,
And
a
that
whole
fool's
pack
still
of
skinny.
yeah, a whole pack of bacon, and we would all cook for ourselves.
Yeah.
So that I guess was good training.
I remember because I remember growing up at your pad too, you know.
Yeah.
I remember we would run to the store across the street and buy the links. I remember I started eating my eggs with butter because that's how I saw you do them.
Yeah.
And then when I started cooking, I was like, "Fuck, let me see." I started doing my eggs with butter, bro. Those shits never turned back to oil again. So if you still cook your eggs with oil, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember you having to like do your own thing in the kitchen and like. So then when you started like, because obviously, like my girl would tell me, why don't you back them up, and like I would tell her, I was like, look, I'm confident that they're confident, and the only way they're gonna learn is if I explain to them a little bit, since they just gotta jump in the fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's pretty much the kitchen life, bro. Like
yeah.
you just gotta jump in there. Obviously, I'm there when you need me, but
Right.
for the most part, I know you guys got it. And but do you feel when you get to the restaurant? I don't know if I'm just tripping, but do you feel like like the spirit, like you're there with the caso, and you're putting the manteca? Like, do you feel something with you throughout the process? Like,
Yeah. Like, I even got that from you, right? Cuando, like, I watching Billy cook. Something that he's done, and I mean, is right before the meat goes in there,
yeah,
you do your prayer.
yeah, bro. Like,
You know, I do my own thing. I've got that from you. I do it as well. Every single cook, le pido, le doy gracias, le pido por, obviamente, el bocado, la comida que estamos haciendo,
yeah, like
que la gente le encante. Le pido por las familias that, are
you're about to
making a
you're about to
living.
feed people, and like you're getting into their body through their stomach and into their soul, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like every time I cook, bro, I feel like somebody's there.
But I can tell when you cook, man. Like last time when you made the carnitas over at your mom's, fuck, you got back. I was like, damn, man. Like, I mean, I mean, you can tell. I mean, I'm still a rookie, you know.
Nah,
And I know
it's a learn.
it comes, it will come. You know,
It's
I
cause,
know I'm doing a
it's
good job. I
yeah,
know, you know,
absolutely, bro. Hell yeah.
but after when I see, because you hadn't cooked for a minute, you know,
Yeah.
like a frita by yourself for a
Yeah,
minute,
yeah.
and then I don't know why you had to cook over there at your mom's,
Um,
or you were doing something over there that you ended up cooking over there.
something with the restaurant.
Anyway, while you went, you know, you cooked over there, you brought the frita over,
Was
and
it a recording? I don't remember.
we all fucking started grabbing the migaja, the bucha. We're like, damn, no, it's like, you know, we still need work. I told Josh.
Nah, you guys are on the right track, but I enjoy teaching. You know, because it's something that's staying in the family, and where everybody that cooks is family.
Yeah.
You know, so I
And if they're not,
wanna.
they become family.
They
You know?
become family, bro. Like even
Yeah.
like Chris,
Yeah. I
Shadow.
was probably gonna say that too.
Shadow is Shadow's my boy. Shout out to you, dog. Like you put in mad work when I was down, he was down. We were both down, and we were still attacking that shit, bro. Like it was crazy. Like uh, that's a straight 100% guy right there, bro.
Yeah.
You know. So if you see this, my boy, shout out to you and my respetos. Even though we were how we were, we still put it down. But he became family, bro.
Yeah.
He became family, and he's still down. Like the other day, he hit me up, but I text him back, but I didn't hear from him. But the kitchen, it's true what they say. Like in un hogar como el mexicano, like the kitchen is a spot where everybody meets up. You see everybody, and what are you doing? What are you cooking? And boom, la cocina trae mucha gente, bro, and cooking together. I love it. Like when we're like in chinga, you know,
Yeah.
like I miss that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I love Saturday and Sunday, man.
it's starting to pop. You know,
You know, I love coming in at fucking 5 in the morning. You know, getting because I mean working by yourself is it's in a way peaceful too as well. You
yes,
know,
yeah, I agree.
because you get to like say, I mean, you're cooking, you're putting in like you're focused 100%. Nobody's there to talk to you or bring up a stupid subject or anything, you know,
Yeah,
and or for you to laugh or to you, you know, you're 100%
and
focused on what you're doing,
yeah,
vibing, you
I
know,
agree 100%.
bumping music.
I'm in that boat if like I'm in if I get in the zone like we're going boom 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 boom. I don't I not to sound like a dick, but it's just like when they tell me like, oh, they're calling you, it's just fuck,
Yeah,
man. Like I'm in the zone, I'm in the kitchen, the fucking chilaquiles are in the pan. I got the fucking frijoles going. I'm trying to get the wok going, and then boom, deadline. I'm like, eh,
well, that's part of being a celebrity, though.
but yeah, nah, like,
Because
and I just, no say way. It's just
for people that don't know, you know, people come in from you know from far
yeah,
away.
yeah, no, I mean,
So some people do ask for Billy, and they do. I mean, ask to meet him, and you know, sometimes to take
I'm
pictures.
still I'm still in like the shy stage where like for real like they
Yeah,
want to meet
we're gonna have to make one of those fat head billboard
like
cutouts, so they could just stand next to your cutout and take a picture.
yeah,
Not to
nah,
call
but
you know.
yeah, hell yeah, let's do a fucking let's do my dad, my jefa in the chair.
And they could just take pictures all they
Yeah,
want.
that would be cool. Like the other day, we had some dude from Taiwan.
Oh, I
His
was there.
his first stop was Carnitas El Momo, and
You
those
know,
huh?
and what about those other ones that those what were the Venezuela or Colombian que iban para
Yeah,
China?
Colombians, yeah, Colombians on their way to China, but they had a flight from the U.S. to
So their
China.
first stop was.
Just carnitas al momo.
There we go.
You know, I love that, bro. I love that.
Hey, talking about um, the homie Sergio from the inner circle pod. He wants you to send him a shout out.
Hey, shout out to my
His-
boy Sergio.
His he's in the taco business.
Yeah.
So he said, like, if he shuts out my taco business,
What's his
Um,
taco business?
tacos Checo.
Tacos El Checo. Hey, Tacos El Checo, you're gonna be our first sponsor.
Yeah, I told him he has to bring some food so we can try it,
Or we can go to them.
or we can go to them as well.
Let's go to them.
They all they do is cater though.
Oh, okay.
They don't
okay, okay.
they don't have like.
Hey, well, shit. Cater the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can bring the food here.
Hey, let's see what you
we
got.
can bring them on. You can be our guest instead of. Well, they already had you, right?
Nah.
They already had you as a guest.
Not
Oh
on
no,
Inner
it was
Circle.
the younger the
Yeah.
La Sesión.
Yeah, la sesión.
Oh shit! So they can have you on too then.
Yeah. Let's do it, dog. What the fuck?
They're probably watching. They're not watching. What else happened after that? Oh, and then for people that are watching, at 100 subscribers in YouTube, what's gonna happen at 100 subscribers?
Hey, well, check it out. I'm down to skydive.
Talk to him.
I am down to skydive.
Talk to
If
him.
we get 100 subscribers,
That's not a lot of people. So
it's not.
we already
It's
have
just-
21.
How about you do a short clip right here? 100 subscribers.
There it is. Pop it up.
Let's do a fucking, what is that shit called? The picture?
Yeah.
The bait? What is it?
I don't know.
The clickbait?
Clickbait. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Thumbnails.
Thumbnail. There you go. Thumbnail.
But yeah, at 100 subscribers, you said you were gonna skydive.
Yeah, and I think my weight might be at the.
Yeah, so there's two things from stopping him from jumping out of a plane right now. One, it's 100 subscribers that we're not there yet. Two, he has to be under 250, right?
Yeah.
And he's losing weight, so I know that's gonna happen. Now it's all on the on the viewers.
Yeah, or even get us to 100 subscribers by. I mean, the sooner the better. Hey, your boy wants to go skydiving. Get a little adrenaline. Maybe my diabetes will go away. But yeah, help us get to 100 subscribers. You know, we're gonna, like we said, we're gonna push some good content, some positive content for the youth and for anybody going through some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like real bullshit. Like if you're having a bad day, you just got fired. It's not the end of the world. It's gonna be all right. Like really all right. Maybe getting fired from that job is the best thing that fucking happens to you, so you can wake up and do your fucking thing. You know.
Yep. You know, I went to the TV station because I've been doing some AC work. So I was talking to one of the engineers, and he's like, "Oh, they want you to get insurance, right?" So I was like, "Oh yeah." Before I used to have $1 million insurance, now I have to get a $2 million. So in order for me to get the jobs, yeah. Anyway, I get there yesterday, and then that fool was like, "You got your insurance already?" I was like, "Nah, not yet." Well, I can't talk to you about business. I can't talk to you about this. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. He's like, I had a meeting with 5 chiefs. And I was like, hey, man, it's fine, you know? And then my homie was like, Dafu Calderon, because he was there. He was like, those are his fucking chiefs. You're your own chief. And I was like, you know what? That's fucking right, Calderon.
Exactly, dog.
You know, like, that fool was bad. That fool was pissed. That fool had a bad day. I was fucking
that's
Gucci, fool.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, I kept telling him, like, it's fine. Don't give me the fucking work. Fuck you, you know?
Bro, you did the best thing you could possibly do, because if you interact your energy with that energy, it's just gonna end up you fucking that guy up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and you did the best thing. Like you know, you didn't let it get to you. First of all,
Yeah.
and it ended up backfiring on him. Now I guarantee you, dog, that this fool is getting overcharged.
Oh, he's
Fucking-
a TV engineer, right? I work in this fucking company and it was a good company. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
talk
of
bad,
course, bro.
but you know he's a TV engineer or whatever, but they have him doing air conditioning because they don't want to hire a guy. So he's all the responsibility was given to him, right? So now this guy is having a every day is a bad day for this guy because he's taking on two jobs, two positions, and getting paid for one. I was there. I seen his frustration, so I knew what he was feeling, you know. And he's like, "What? When are you coming back full time?" And I was like, "Never," you know. I don't get me wrong. I'm
It's all
you know,
it's
pero también
reality.
I, you know, like I'm a man and I have pride, you know.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna treat you like shit.
Yeah, fuck
Why are
you.
you gonna take on that headache? I already worked for that place,
Yeah.
so I know what it is, and I know that you know, like all the drama that comes with it. Even now that I do jobs for them on the outside, I still stress about the jobs that I do with them,
And
and I shouldn't.
you shouldn't because at the end of the day, like now you're representing you. So,
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, dog, like you're your own boss.
exactly, and that's
Right.
why. That's why in my head I was when that fool Calderon said like fuck that fool, you know, like and he said like those are his chiefs, and I was like he told me like you're your own chief.
Ah,
That's
well.
fucking real. Like, yeah, he's
Too
got too
little
many
time.
chiefs.
Too
He's
many
got
chiefs in too
yeah.
little time. So,
So
my boy, yeah, no vale la pena. As much as you want to be cool with people, like sometimes people are just fucking retarded with.
yeah,
Like they don't see the logical side of things. Like they fucking start arguing for no reason. Like,
the only thing is that they had an invoice that they had to pay me.
oh,
So I called one of the other engineers, and I was like, "Hey, Gene, you know his name's Gene, you know, a very cool guy, Peruvian guy." Um, I told him, "Hey, man, I just kind of had like an interaction with one of the engineers, and I just want to make sure it's not gonna affect on for me to get paid, you know,
yeah,
because this is due like ASAP,
yeah.
you know." And then he's like, "Nah," and that's what he started telling me. He's like, he's just está como
You
amargado,
can send them to collection.
está amargado el puto, dice, you know.
Yeah,
He's just every day is it's kind of like hell for him
it it's.
on a personal level more than
Hey, my
anything
boy, I
else.
did a program. It's called Misión Vital. Misión Vital. If you're listening, you
Shout
could
out
be
to Misión Vital. I
Misión.
did 2 days. What is
Yeah,
it?
he did
Friday,
the
Saturday?
básico. He did 4,
4 days?
4 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, there you go. 4 days.
Básico, Misión Vital, recommended. Misión Vital, you're our next sponsor.
But you have to make it at least to the second, right?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta make it to from básico. Ya tú decides. You know, you decide if you want to take on the challenge of reigniting your soul, your fucking
No, but
light.
I think if you're gonna do it, not just do the first 4 days, do the
Yeah, so you jump
second. Yeah.
básico. So básico is uh the beginning, the beginning. Ah,
Con el pinche huevo aquí colgando.
neta, ya estamos rucos.
And it's hot.
Like fucking Adam Sandler, wrinkled balls and
Oh, Big Daddy?
yeah. It's a place where you
Shit.
find a lot of things that you lost along the way, and a lot of us. I've honestly can say that I've never had a problem with my ego. Like I've always been able to like uh be chill, and like if things were like if you were right then you're right, if I'm right then I'm right, and if we come to an agreement, I've always been like that, bro. But I do notice that a lot of people that go there, we struggle with ego issues sometimes. Like you hear these little voices in your head, like do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. Everything's gonna be fucked up. Everything's gonna be okay, and we listen to that fucked up voice in our head, and we end up going down a fucking line or
A couple lines.
4 to start at least. If not, don't even kick it. Nah, but um, it's something that'll bring that light back within you.
Yes. sir.
And you only got a piece, a taste of the tip of the iceberg, because believe me that the second stage, bro, um, it was
Tense, huh?
very impactful, in the sense that I had lost sight of what was important or what is important, and I was going down this. I can't even say darker. I was just not in the right. If I had not gone, I wouldn't have. I would have lost sight of like what I had going on, and they were able to like put me back in my lane, and not even worry about my drug issue. It was more like a mental thing, because I took one thing that I do lack is that I take a lot of things personal. A lot of things that were like done or said to me, I would be like, I wouldn't really talk about it, but I would just act on it.
Yeah.
And like that would lead me more into my addiction issue. But they were able to help me understand that not taking things personal, um, kind of fade every other negative thing going on in my life, like to the side. And I highly recommend Misión Vital for anybody that's struggling with some mental issues, like a mental block, where you feel like, fuck, where do I go from here, or how do I take a leap of faith and not worry about the outcome, because I feel like a lot of us don't take that leap of faith because we're scared of what's gonna happen when we fall. Then you just get your fucking ass up, dust it off and get back up. And Misión Vital really brought that. But uh, the second, damn, bro, like I can't even. What did you get out of Básico? Like,
Well, to me is the Básico taught me like change your mindset right away. Um, it taught me that whatever you want to do, there's nobody in front of you to stand to stop you from achieving your goal. The only thing that stops us is ourselves.
yeah,
That's our biggest enemy. Like for example, right there, I talked about the podcast, and I told them that that was one of my goals. Right? Then how come you don't do it? What's stopping you? Who's stopping you? Like there's nobody in front of you. You know, and if there's somebody saying something, it's only words. Why should that stop you from keep moving forward?
yeah, absolutely,
You know?
yeah. And that's just like and then after that, it's kind of like a rebirth of yourself. It's crazy, bro. Like you really go home at the end of the night, just like really, really tripping out on life, really feeling good about yourself. Even the oxygen is clearer. It's crazy how the brain works. Like they just reprogrammed you, and you go home, you see your family, you're happy. It's crazy, bro. And I really do hope that you finish off the second.
I mean, that's the goal is to go back and maybe finish, part what it's just second stage or whatever.
Yeah, and then uh, the person that invited me, rest in peace, Tita, a beautiful lady, um, actually took me at the very moment that I felt like I needed that. And even though I was in my worst, I was fucking all dosed the fuck out. She told me, "You're ready." And I was like, "Ready for what?" She's like, "¿Tú estás listo? She asked me, "Si te llevo yo a un lugar, tú vas?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, even though I was not in my five senses, I
Yeah.
still said yes. So then she's like, "But you're going to promise me that you're going to go through the whole process." And I told her yes, because I was like kind of drowning already, and I was like at my last breath, bro, like just trying to.
Like,
You
where do
know,
I go
yeah,
after this?
you know. So she came at a perfect time in my life, bro. And she just recently passed away. Rest in peace, you know, Tita. She saved my life, bro. She really saved my life, and that's I'm very grateful for that and her family. Don Manuel too. Don Manuel was with me the whole way on the second journey, and it's you need to surround yourself with people that are in that want to be in that journey of success.
Yeah.
And aside from knowing Tita through many years, I got to know that like, hey, I'm in this grind with you, so let's get it, you know.
Yeah.
Pero it's a beautiful thing, bro. Y saludos a mi tribu, los Tlahuica. Ustedes saben quién son.
Los what?
Tlahuica.
Yeah.
Tlahuica. Saludos a todos. Los quiero mucho. Y
Sí se puede.
sí se puede. Yeah, but
Really?
um, dejas un legado, güey. El legado is like our legado. We went to we made
Siete.
food. O sea,
Eh,
legado siete. No, shout out to the homie though.
yeah.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
homie legado siete doing it.
They're doing it right now again.
Pero sí, our legado as a tribe.
Right.
One of the last processes is you guys have to come together as a community and then do something that's gonna be remembered throughout the tribes. Pues. Matter of fact, when Básico was over and you seen all those tribes coming in, what did you feel, bro?
Well, I
You feel
mean,
like, damn, I'm not alone.
of course, you
Huh.
know, like it's kind of weird because I didn't grow up around fucking people being positive,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know. So even now, when I see like, and maybe my wife will be watching, you know, but when I see her and her friend like interaction and everything, like my lady can, because they were doing cookies and shit. It was a Christmas, they were doing cookies, and they look. I'm not gonna say they look like shit, but I mean there was no Picasso behind that, you
Yeah.
know. But no matter what my lady did, her friend kept complimenting. Oh my god, so pretty, this and that. And I was like, what the fuck, you know, like it would have been me. I would have been like, damn, that shit looks fucked up, you know.
Hey, it's good to
Anyway,
be real sometimes.
yeah, but anyway, like when I see too much positivity, I to me it kind of makes it seem like it's fake, but it's just me because I'm not around. I didn't grow up
It's
around it.
kinda
It's kind of like
me too,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
Yeah, like when I first walked into Básico, I was like, no mames.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in the back.
Yeah,
In my mind, I was already like, not Mr. Know It All, but I was like, dick, these people are corny as fuck.
I didn't think that. I was just like, fuck, you know, like
Yeah. Until they really start working, you're like,
yeah, and then everybody was like, you know, they son amigables and being nice and yeah, you know, when I open my eyes in that ceremony, like obviously you hear, I mean, you try not to open your eyes and follow the rule, but you hear a bunch of people walking in and walking around. You just don't know what it is, you know, because I kept my eyes closed. I was like, I hear people, and I was like, boy, who's gonna? I was like, I don't think Billy got a hold of my lady to come over here. Menos mi jefa, you know.
it's only so it's only people that go through the process.
So I was like, who's gonna be standing in front of me? I was like, you know, and obviously it was you.
Same thing here.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Tita to be there. So when I
Oh.
opened my eyes, she was there, fool, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I started crying, and then so let me tell you, there's in avanzado, there's a similar thing, but it's called cunas. So in cunas, you you do this crazy thing, dog. I'm not gonna tell you, but you do this crazy thing that really puts you in a position where you're like, I'm not gonna do this shit. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
But you do it out of like breaking character. You do it out of like, okay, if I could do this, I could pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
So they put you through this really weird situation, right? After that situation, all the lights go dim. All the lights go dim, and tú te quedas like, what the fuck? So then they start guiding you again through this journey. Close your eyes, close your eyes, and they start wrapping you, fool, in a bed sheet, right?
Like a baby.
Cunas. Then they start guiding you. They take you, and same thing. You can hear people come in. You can hear people come in. You start smelling colognes and all this shit. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? Fool, out of nowhere, boom. You just feel like you're floating away. All these people, well, I don't even know if I should finish telling you, but
But you already fucking said everything.
it's just, they told me that it's okay because at the end of the day, your experience is your experience.
Right.
And my experience will be my experience.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it there. Like,
Yeah.
te quedas envuelto. A bunch of people come in, bro, and then you just feel lifted. Fool, like,